A man wearing a helmet enters making threatening gestures, goes straight to the counters, and takes cash and phones. Meanwhile, an employee manages to call for help without being noticed. When he leaves, police are already at the scene. During the attempted escape, he falls and is restrained with help from people nearby. Result: items recovered, suspect detained, and the case recorded. A car parks, and another pulls up right behind it. 3 men quickly get out and initiate the approach with threatening gestures. But there was one detail. The man was an off-duty police officer. He reacts immediately, and the situation changes. Those involved back off and try to flee. One of them doesn't get far. Assistance is called, and the case remains under investigation. The officer and his companion were not injured. A gate opens, a normal routine, until it changes in seconds. A motorcycle passes by, returns, and the passenger gets off making threatening gestures, initiating the approach. The victim raises their hands and tries to avoid confrontation. A noise draws attention, and an off-duty police officer appears on the street to check. The situation escalates and the pair try to flee. One of those involved is detained. Another is located later. Items are recovered, and the case remains under investigation by authorities. 2 men are at the location when 2 helmeted individuals enter making threatening gestures. The approach is direct, but there was one detail. One of those present was a police officer. He notices the situation and reacts quickly. The pair try to flee, but don't get far. One is detained, the other is located later. No one is injured, nothing is taken, and the case remains under investigation. A car pulls into the garage, and shortly after, another vehicle opens its doors. 3 men get out and move in quickly, initiating the approach. The driver reacts. There's a rush of movement, and the situation extends into the property. An intervention at the scene changes the course of events. Those involved flee. One of them does not remain at the scene. The victims receive assistance, and the case remains under investigation by authorities. A motorcycle pulls up with 2 occupants. The passenger gets off making threatening gestures and attempts an approach, but the victim already senses the risk and reacts. She pushes, steps back, and runs. Surprised, the suspect backs off and returns to the motorcycle. Both flee in a hurry. Nothing was taken, and the case serves as a warning for risky situations. Suddenly, 3 men surround the door. One enters with an intimidating object and initiates the approach. Meanwhile, another moves down the aisle collecting belongings. The situation creates tension, but a passenger reacts and the group begins to back off. At the front, the driver seizes the moment and restrains one of those involved. With help from people at the scene, the suspect is subdued and removed from the bus. Later, it is confirmed that the object used was a replica. Items are recovered, and the case remains under investigation. A motorcycle approaches slowly. The man makes threatening gestures, as if he were armed, but the victim notices the situation and reacts. With a helmet in hand, she defends herself and moves forward. Surprised, the suspect backs off, gets back on the motorcycle, and flees. Result: nothing was taken, and no one was injured. A black car pulls up. A man steps out with his hands behind his back, pretending to be armed and trying to intimidate. He pressures the group to get into the vehicle, but the victims react. There are shouts, a rush of movement, and the group scatters. One of the men notices the situation, reacts, and knocks the suspect down. The individual gets back up and flees with an accomplice who was waiting in the car. No one is taken, and the case remains under investigation by authorities. A woman is walking to work when a man on a bicycle approaches with threatening gestures and demands her belongings. She recognizes the situation and reacts by drawing attention. The victim shouts, calls for help, and keeps her distance. The suspect is startled by the commotion and backs off. He flees without taking anything. The woman continues safely, and it serves as a reminder to stay alert in risky situations.